Yeah, I figured I'd let Wave be the star of the show for once. Lord knows it's so hard being the star of the show all the time. You're welcome.
Hey, what's up, YouTube land? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Mastermind Creations Night Morpher CYCLOPS. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So here it is. It's a big boat, Cyber Engine Night Morpher. There is KMO3 Cyclops. There is Cyclops, and some more Cyclops. Here's the bottom half of Cyclops, and some more boat action going on there. On this side of the box, yeah, some schematics going on, and on the sides, you just have the KMO3 Cyclops, and hey, look, we're on Facebook, and all this stuff, and warning, don't choke on this, and all that stuff. So, that's basically it for the packaging. And here is the Night Morpher Cyclops, which is based off of the Hearts of Steel Shockwave. And yes, it's a big boat. It's a big boat. Remember when they said we're going to need a bigger boat? This is what they needed. This is it right here. But yes, very, very well done. Just full of detail. The riveting action going on is just phenomenal. All the paneling, all the detailing, just wonderfully, wonderfully done. I have no complaints about this boat mode because it just looks great. These Decepticon stickers I put on there myself just to give them a little Decepticon-y vibe. But yes, very, very nice metallic purple paint going on throughout. And even the silver has a kind of a purplish tint to it, which just, I don't know how well it's coming off on camera, but just, it's very striking. Just looks really, really, really good all around. I have no complaints with this boat mode whatsoever. These wheels right here spin, and yeah, just very, very well done. One very thoughtful little touches. It does have these little feet here that you can just flip out. And that's basically just to keep the boat upright when you have them displayed, because otherwise he'll just, boop, just keel over. And you don't want your Night Morpher Cyclops keeling over. You don't want a keeled over Cyclops. You just don't. You want it nice and upright, like it should be. Now for comparison, here he is with the Night Morpher Annihilator. Just so you can see how he stacks up with the Prime Choo Choo of Death. So you can see how that stacks up. But yeah, this thing is awesome. This thing is just really awesome. You got these little cannons here that do rotate. Yeah, they do a full 360. And yeah, there's not much more to say about this mode. I mean, it just looks very cool. I mean, you could display this just like this, and it would look awesome on the shelf, if you ask me. Now, for some little extra goodies, you can open up this panel right here, and you can pull out an anchor. He actually has an anchor, and it just tabs in right up here in that connection. I'm just going to pop it out so I can show it to you a little better. Yeah, here's the anchor. Then in that same metallic purple paint, you can just flip these sides up to complete the look. Yeah, and a nice metal chain. And I like it. I likes it very, very much. So yeah, that is a thing. It's an anchor. So put that to the side. And another little surprise, which was not revealed until I think the day before this toy was actually released. You can open up these panels right here. Yeah, bring back this panel right here. And inside, come on, get out of here. Close that back up. You get a little submarine. Oh, look at a submarine. That is just cool. Again, done in that same awesome metallic purple paint. And I like how these hinges right here, these arms, which are meant for as transformation joints, they made them look like hoses. So again, nice attention to detail. And very well done. You can take these little propellers here and you just unpeg them and just peg them together. And that completes the look of the little submarine, and you even get a little bit of steering action too, which is cool. And yeah, and I love the paint right here on this this dome. These little lights right here just really pops. And yeah, I like this thing. It's just so cute. Look at it. You know, you just kind of dock it right here. Okay, it looks kind of stupid. Maybe if you dock it right here. Still looks kind of stupid. But you know, I'm just saying you can if you want to display it that way. But now you can also transform this thing. You can. Who'd have thunk? You just want to take these and peg them back where they were. You want to get these sides here and untab them and bring them down. You just want to fold them in over each other like that. So untab them from this bottom section right here. Pop, oh. And a lot of things on this little guy will pop off very easily because they're just on small ball joints. So expect things to pop off. It comes with the territory. So you just want to take these and bring them forward like that. Take this whole section, just bring it back and out of the way like that for now. Now you want to come here and rotate this section. You want to split the legs, fold them down like that. You want to rotate it at the hip like that. And then you want to take this section here and bring it forward and then flip it down, and there's your foot. Bring it forward, flip it down, there's your foot. Then you just want to unfold his arm, take this arm and extend it down, orient it properly, take these little panels here and flip them down to complete his waist. Now the instructions tell you to flip the backpack up like that, and I don't really like the way that looks. I prefer to have it this way with these little lights facing up. I think it looks better that way. And you just take this whole backpack and just accordion it in on him, and it will tab into place. And there you have a little baby Cyclops. Look at him. Look at him. He's so precious. And again, full of detail. I mean, he's decked out in detail. And he's basically just a miniature version of what this will look like in robot mode. And yeah, it's really cool. And he's basically Legion class size. But yeah, articulation-wise, his head is all ball joint. He can look all the way up. The shoulders are a bit limited just due to how bulky their shoulders are, so you don't get that much outward movement. They could do a full 360, but the backpack gets in the way. You know, he basically has like a double jointed elbow on this side. On this side, you get some rotation and a little bit of elbow movement. He does have a waist joint, but it's hindered by these panels right here. But if you lift it up, he does have a full waist joint. And hips are on a ball joint. You got a thigh swivel and about that much knee movement. And you get some movement on the toe. You can get a little tilt going on and whatnot. But yeah, he's just a cool little guy. He's just so cute. So cute and full of evil. That's right. So there he is with his big papa. Right there. Very cool. I really like this thing. So, moving on to the main event, which is transforming Big Papa himself. So let's get on with it and get down to it. Okay, now the transformation isn't difficult. It's actually pretty simple. It's just that there's a lot of just big bulky parts that you have to move around, so it can get a little cumbersome. But first thing you want to do is just want to take these wheels and flip them up and out of the way. Now you want to come down here and you kind of just want to start moving stuff around. It's basically how I do it, because everything does tab in quite securely, so you do have to kind of get a little, not rough with it, but you know, you have to kind of put a little elbow grease into it just to get all this on tab. And there you go. Once you get the split, you're good to go. And then you can take these panels and flip them down like that. Now you're going to take this whole section and you're going to untab it. It's just tabbed in around here. I don't know if you can see my finger, but it's tabbed in right here. Just going to bring that up and just bring this whole section up and over like that for now, just to get it out of the way. Now, you're going to come here, untab this piece right here. And you're going to take this whole assembly, you're going to bring this down, and take this assembly and bring it out and over like that. Get out of my way! Like that. Now, this will connect to this waste piece right here. Let's snap that in. Come on, get in there. There we go. And that will snap in securely. And now here's a bit of a scary part. You're going to come here. You're going to come back here. And you can see this whole thing is on a track right here. And you can see that there are two tabs right here, two little hooks, and these are going to slide in to these slots right here on either side. Now you have to make sure that you do this evenly and you're paying attention, because if you don't, you can snap these off, and if you snap these off, then this thing will flop around and it will not hold on. This is basically the only thing that holds this top section on, so you have to be careful with this. So basically you're going to push this little slider down, make sure everything is lined up just right, and then just give it a push. Basically I like to just kind of put my finger right on this part right here, and then have my thumb right here, and that way you can give everything just a good even squeeze like that, and everything locks into place. Now that's secure. So that's one little scary part. Some people have broken these little hooks off, and yeah, that pretty much just kills the toy, because this is the only thing that holds this top section on. So just want to flip that back. And again, like I said, it's just a lot of big pieces that you're moving around, so the transformation can be a little bit annoying, just because you're trying to move so many big pieces around. What should we do now? I guess we'll do the legs now. You want to split the legs. Let me bring this down. You want to split the legs. You want to grab this panel here and flip that up. You want to come here, take this panel, flip this up. Another scary part, not really scary, but it does make me worry, and it's one part of this toy that I really don't like. This piece right here, I don't know if you can see it. But this piece right here is connected to this arm right here, and it's not pinned in, it's not screwed together, this is glued on. This is glued to this arm, which makes no sense as to why you wouldn't secure this with a pin or with a little screw or something. So if you're too rough with this panel, you will snap that glue bond. I almost said glue blonde. The glue blonde. Why is everything so sticky? It's blonde glue. Anywho, but yeah, if you're a little too rough with this, you will snap that glue bond, and you just glue it back on, and it's fine. And I have snapped this one off, and I just glued it back on, and it's fine so far. But yeah, be careful with this. Basically, you just want to take this panel, flip it up. You basically want to grab, you don't want to just move things by grabbing this. You want to kind of grab this and grab this arm at the same time and move everything in tandem. So you just want to lift it up like that, and then push it back. You want to slide it back like that. So you have that going on. Then you want to come here. You want to take this panel and flip it all the way back, and it'll tab in right there. Flip this back, and then you can bring out the foot like that. You can close that back up. And then you take the toe and you extend it out like that. And there you have a leg. Second verse, same as the first. Lift up this panel, lift this up, bring it back. Again, be very careful with the arm because you don't want to snap it. Bring it up and slide it back like that. Open up that panel, tab it in there, open this up, flip out the foot, close that back up, extend the foot out. You can see how, again, nice detail. It exposes all these little pistons and whatnot. So, very, very cool. They can just bring these back up the way they were. And there you have his legs. And as you can see, he's starting to get kind of big. Oh, yes, he is. So, now for the arms. You're going to take this section right here. You're going to bring it back, bring it up. And you're going to separate this section right here, like that. Just bring up that shoulder piece. One very important piece of transformation, right there. Now you're just going to pull this whole section down, and you'll get a little auto-morphing action, because it'll just bring down that whole, this whole cannon assembly. It's very cool. You just orient that properly. And there you have his arm. Now, with this arm, I'm going to come back here, open this up. Let's get things out of the way. You want to take this section here, untab it, and extend it. Not all the way, but there you go. Extend it slightly. Now, this arm, let's see if you can see this. You can see here, this armature here is on a little L track. So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to lift this whole shoulder piece up and then bring it forward, like that. You're going to lift and slide. Lift and slide. Do you know what show that's from? Post in the comments. A little bit of trivia for you. Oh, one thing I forgot to do. Just want to take this little panel here and just take it and flip that forward. So, there you have that. After you have lifted and slided, lifted and slided, lifted and slid? I don't know. I don't know grammar. I don't do grammar. But now, you're going to come here, open up this panel which exposes the hand, and that will tab in. You're going to take these panels and flip them back. You want to get this out of the way first. Tab that in, then bring that back. There you have your fist, which you can bring out and open up. And now you can bring that arm down. Then you come back here and close this back up like that. Now, you're going to come back here and bring out the head. You're going to take this, rotate it, bring it down, and again, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there is a tab right here, and this will feed through this slot right here. Just going to bring all this in. And you can take this whole section here and just rotate it so it's vertical, like that. And just feed it. Just feed that through. I don't know if you can see it, but you're going to feed it through just like that. You can see that there. I don't know if you can, but hopefully you can. Now you can rotate his head. Now you come back here to these flaps. You can flip in the little feet. You're going to come here, you're going to take this panel, you're going to fold this whole section at 90 degrees, and then bring it up and over onto itself, like that. So basically, you'll want it looking like that. And once you do that, you can take this panel and just flip it over like that, and then you can bring this over like that. Do the same thing here. Just flip that over, and then bring it back and flip this over the whole thing like so. And then, oh, this came undone. Get back on there. And then you can basically just take this and orient it how you want. And you do have the nice look of it looking like, you have some thrusters back there. And that is it, people. He is done. There you have the Knight Morpher Cyclops in robot mode. And he is quite impressive, if you ask me. He is definitely impressive. Very imposing looking. Just very cool. I really can't complain about this robot mode. I think it looks really good. And this eye does light pipe very well, but there's not a whole lot of light coming into that eye right now. But yeah, light piping, it does glow a brilliant yellow. And again, a lot of great detailing throughout. On the inner part of the legs, we have a lot of molded in detail. Even on these panels back here, they even painted some of the detail in there. Just very, very cool. Now, articulation-wise, his head is on the ball joints, so you can get him looking any kind of way you want. Again, much like with the little guy, his shoulders are hindered just due to how bulky they are. You do get some good movement out of this arm. You can get him going outward. You do get a bicep swivel. You get about that much of an elbow bend. The arms can do a full 360, but once you get them past a certain point, it looks kind of weird because this arm is just offset. So, and this arm is definitely hindered just due to this big shoulder piece. So you don't get a lot of movement from it. You just get some slight movement. You do get outward movement. Elbow joint, you get like 1.5, maybe 2 clicks out of that elbow joint. The hands are posable. You have a joint on the thumb and 1 joint on each finger. That's all the articulation you get in the hand. And the hand itself is on a ball joint, but it is a bit limited just due to all this junk that's around it. No waist joint. Legs do go forward and back. They go in and out. They do rotate at the hip. You get about that much bend in the knees. The feet, you do have good movement in the feet. You have a toe joint, which I thought was pretty cool. You do get very, very good ankle tilts going on there, and even the heel tilts. So you definitely can accommodate some good poses. So yeah, I think this guy is really, really cool. Now, of course, you can take his chain, and you can use it as a handheld weapon. You can just, have him holding it as a big old mace. But also, you can just take it, and there's a port right here. And you can just take it and plug it into, close that up, plug it onto this peg right here on his back. And then you just take these 2 tabs and tab it in right here behind his arm, and that basically simulates the hose. So he has a chain hose on his cannon arm, which I like that. I like that look. That's gangster right there. That's gangster. Oh, one little bit of transformation I actually forgot. You grab these 2 sliders right here and you pull out Gatling gun. He has a Gatling gun arm. Now that's gangsta. That's gangsta right there. It's gangsta wave. But yeah, I really do like this guy. I think he is quite cool. And for comparison, here he is with the Night Morpher Commander. So you can see how he stacks up there. And he's, you know, pretty much almost double the size of the Night Morpher Commander. And here he is with a Leader Class Revenge of the Fallen Prime. So as you can see, he is basically a Leader Class toy. I think he is basically right there head to head with Prime. So he is Leader Class. Shut up. Wow, my Prime just went off. I think the batteries on my Prime are going bad, because this is what my Optimus Prime does now. Look, this is what he does now. I don't know what the heck that is, but that's... I think the batteries are just going bad, but that's... Autobots transform and... Yeah, I don't know. But yes, in closing, a very cool figure. I do like it. Now keep in mind that this is a third-party Leader Class size toy. So this figure does not come cheap. It is pricey, but I think it's worth it because it is very cool. It just looks great on the shelf, especially if you have the Night Morpher Commander and the Annihilator. It just looks really great, and I'm sure it'll look just as good with the Seekers that they're going to put out. So, yeah, I really do like this figure, and you can take the little guy and just perch him up here. Here's your little buddy. There's your little buddy! But yes, as far as I'm concerned, this is worth it. Now, if this look does not do it for you, then it's an easy pass. If you're not into third-party stuff, obviously this is an easy pass. But as far as I'm concerned, I think this is a great figure. Definitely worth picking up if you have the means to do so. I would definitely recommend it. It does have its little problems. Like I said, the one thing I really don't like is just this panel is glued on. Why would you glue on a panel? Especially one that's like attached to a transformation joint. Why would you glue it on? I don't get. Like I said, the transformation, it's a bit cumbersome just because of you have so many big parts you're trying to move around, but it just makes for a great looking robot as far as I'm concerned, and I really do like it, and I would recommend it. Like I said, if you have the means, I would say pick it up. He's a really, really cool figure. And I like him. I like him very much. So I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Mastermind Creations Night Morpher Cyclops. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Hey, Wave, I think those minicons stole our Fembot swimsuit issue again. Ah! What the heck happened to you?
Oh, nothing. I've just been working out. Training, saying my prayers, eating my vitamins. You know how it is.
If you say so. Hey, who's that little guy over there?
Oh, that's just my nephew. Microwave. I'm babysitting tonight.
Gotcha.
Come on, sit down. Jim's about to come on.
Well, I would, but, I don't think there's any room left on the couch for me.
Oh, sure there is. Come here.
Hey!
See, isn't this nice?
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. This is awkward, and yet strangely soothing. If you ever, and I mean ever, tell anyone about this, I swear to Primus I will kick you out of the top bunk.